Welcome to the Call Your Cousins podcast, a podcast dedicated to exploring deep and complex topics that shape our world and human experiences. Before we dive into today's episode, we want to acknowledge the sensitive nature of some of the content we discuss. Please be advised that this podcast may include themes and discussions that could be triggering or uncomfortable for some listeners, including but not limited to discussions on mental health, violence, abuse, and other potentially distressing topics. Listener discretion is advised. Remember, this podcast is for informational and educational, but most importantly, entertainment purposes only, and should not be taken as professional advice. The views expressed by hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Call Your Cousins podcast. Enjoy the show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Whatever time you're joining us, the cousins thank you for doing so. Welcome back to the Call Your Cousins podcast, a now tangible group chat of cousins that wanted to share our thoughts, humor, and growth with the world. And everyone's invited. Most of y'all. Welcome back to the Call Your Cousins podcast. Thank you for joining us. Today in the building, we got research team keeping our facts together. We got P Money keeping our activism together. And we got A-Dub, your host, just trying to keep it together.
Hey.
Twin, well, she may pull up on us. Who knows? She's not on the mic at this time, but hopefully she'll pull up on us. Good morning, fam. How y'all doing?
I'm feeling good. Yeah.
I feel good. I'm a little hungry, but other than that, I feel good.
Same.
Yeah, I feel like yesterday was an eclipse. I think it was an eclipse in Aries.
Did I miss that?
Yeah, we are in eclipse season. So yeah, take a Google and tap into the energy, because it usually eclipse seasons, when an eclipse happens, it'll last like a couple days before, and the energies and a couple days after. We're also in retrograde, so yeah.
So we're in eclipse and retrograde.
So yeah, we are in eclipse season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of energy.
Like
okay,
good,
so
bad.
This is like Crystals Reddit.
Yeah. Check it out.
Crystals and Rocks Reddit. Okay, got you. Bet.
Yeah, crystals, rocks, and sage. And then we're at the end of the month, right? So like I always get excited at the end of the month, because then you got a new month coming up. And yeah, we've had the time change since we last was on the mic. I hate daylight savings time. I really do.
They just need to eliminate it. Like it's not serving a purpose anymore. We could be done with it.
That damn Ben Franklin.
I don't understand.
It could definitely be eliminated. I think the U.S. is the only country that still uses it, I believe.
The United States is still the same country that's still doing a lot of things. Okay. No, for real. Yeah. It's feeling like we're in the upside down. On a day-to-day basis. No, I think we're in the upside down. Yeah. So we were just talking about Doug just brought up like if we were in the crystals Reddit. So in the spiritual community, it's this concept of the new earth. Eckhart Tolle wrote a book about it, and people talk about it a lot, but it's this idea that, on earth there will be a new earth. And I am starting to feel like I love the book. Is great. Not a plug at all. It's just for those who want to kind of like really tap in. But when you read it, it's been interesting in these times, because I read that book over 10 years ago, and to feel like, yeah, you know what, this earth is kind of trash, so I would like a new one.
I mean, I don't know what none of that means. I haven't read the book, but I can agree with that last sentiment. It's trash.
It is trash. I mean,
I feel like I don't know if I want a new one like from scratch, but I definitely want an improved version because it's ghetto. It's real. Like there are parts that I like, and then parts that I'm like, we could just cut that out altogether.
yeah.
You're so optimistic, research team. You a glass half full person, aren't you?
Not really, but I mean to start over and be like nothing was great for me in my, point of view, that's not an accurate statement. There are great moments. We've had great things happen. And then we've also had some really trash stuff.
Can you name one this year?
Some really trash or really great?
Really great. Can you name one this year?
I really definitely name some really great because it's easy to name trash stuff.
I would say Eren Mufasa. I can't name those people.
No, because I thought it was interesting with him, that because I did see the new Lion King, and it was good, from a perspective of like I can watch the original Lion King to this day and cry like a baby. And so I thought that they did a really good job with it. Some people didn't like the pixel, whatever they call it. They didn't really like that, the animation of the animals, but I just didn't like that as soon as his PR people, that the Black community got whiffed that he may or may not have been seeing a white woman or been dating white women. And immediately him and Tiana Taylor all of a sudden dating. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't like being gagged by the celebrities.
I don't know if it was like immediate. They had kept it on the hush for a minute, but they were spotted in like the same places, sitting next to each other. But if we're not doing Mufasa situation, then we could always default to Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, you know what? Hey,
I mean,
say research team. There you go. That is a good thing that happened this year.
She found something.
She found something.
I mean,
no, you're right. And that's why I love that you even said that, Doug, that like we gotta have some optimism, right? Like we have to be. James Baldwin famously said that he can't be a pessimist because we're alive. And so I love that research team, because in a world that is full of trash or feels trash, it is the good that we have to hold on to. So that's a great way to start the show. Okay, research team coming in fully locked and loaded.
I'm just saying you asked, I answered, so you know.
No, that was good. That was good. So how we feel with our mental health, since you're bursting rainbows and sunshine?
I wouldn't say I'm bursting rainbows and sunshine. That's definitely not the case, but I'm being more intentional in 2025 to, like, for every negative thought, talk, process, energy, I'm, also putting good thought out there and good energy out there as well. Like just being more intentional about it. So yeah, I be complaining, but also I can speak on the good things that are happening as well.
Dub, what you got?
Dub be chilling. I'm good. Stardew keep me grounded. Gang keep me sane. That type.
shout out to Twin. The last episode, Twin just casually mentioned this game, Stardew Valley. Now, Dub is a gamer. Twin is a gamer. Research team, do you game?
Nah, y'all got
You
it.
like the build and Candy Crush and stuff.
I deleted Candy Crush. I used to play that. I used to play that, but I got other stuff on my phone now.
So do you game like if you game, what's your game? Like, what do you like to play? Like, do you like Wordle?
Mm-mm. I do like Wordle, but it's a game that I'm currently playing. It's called Match Factory, where you just match a bunch of stuff, but you be on a time crunch. You got to do it in like some seconds, and it'd be like a ton of stuff to match. And then
So
it's also
you like brain games.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I also play this screw game where you gotta match up the screws. It's another brain game because you gotta think steps ahead because you only got so many spaces. It's one of those. Definitely a brain game.
What the hell is Wordle? Is that like Words with Friends? Why that's funny?
Not quite.
Words with Friends used to be lit till they started cheating.
Who started cheating?
You could hack Words with Friends.
Why would anyone want to hack it? Yeah,
like when people started jailbreaking the iPhone, you could hack Words with Friends.
But why would you hack it?
So you can say that you won. Duh.
Oh, that's
why did Tom Brady deflate the footballs?
Okay, sir.
Unexpected turn. Okay.
Yeah, no. I don't know why. I don't like to cheat on games other than Monopoly. And if I do, I cheat in person. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that, like, if you don't set the rules of the game at the beginning of the game, if you don't make it clear what the rules are, it's the same thing with spades. If you don't set the rules, I'm gonna find a way to cheat.
Yep,
just because
Uno. Yep.
Yeah, because that's the problem is most people, they just think everybody play the same and everybody don't play the same. That happened with the only game you can't cheat, honestly, is pool. Like, it's real, especially if you like playing with somebody else that knows how to play. Yeah, you can't like cheat in pool because like everybody knows, like, you know, for the most part, other than like maybe playing with the white ball, you know, like if you scratch or whatever. But yeah, one time I was playing Jenga on this date with this guy, and I just had demolished him in pool. And like, you know, most girls, they probably like want to like let the guy feel like he gonna win. I don't care nothing about that. Tearing him up. Then we got the Jenga, and he was like, you can't hold the stick when you're pulling it out. I'm like, yes, you can. It's like, no, you can't. I'm like, so how would I actually remove the stick then if I don't hold it? He was like, in its essence, if you're holding it to pull it out, then you're holding the entire the whole rack. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Anyways,
for Jenga.
Y'all were playing the big Jenga or the table Jenga?
The big one, you know, the one that like when you go out.
Yeah, the one that have the bars.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like,
that's why he thought I was cheating, because I was holding it as like I could balance. So as I was pulling a stick out, the whole thing was shaking, but I was able to get him out. And I'm like, bruh, you just mad because you losing. Sorry,
he right.
Okay.
IJS.
But that's no. Anyways, so Twin just casually mentioned Stardew Valley, and since then, Dub and I are hooked.
Locked in.
Locked in. Best game, better than Animal Crossing, and it is cheaper. So, if I had my mental health check-in, well, I'm actively seeing. I'm in therapy, and it's been great. My therapist is really good. Yeah, I go to therapy every so often because it's just nice to go back because they then eventually kick me out and like, if you want to pay us to talk, but yeah, therapy's good and um it's been good, mental health is good here because of all that. It's my favorite time of the year, March Madness. I love March Madness. I'm so glad we're at the end. I like it because after football, we don't really have nothing. I mean, opening day for baseball just happened this week. Happy open day to everybody. And then, yeah, March Madness. Loving it. I love the women's and the men's side.
I can't even speak on March Madness because I don't know any of the teams or the players. I think it's probably, well, I don't care for college basketball in general just because I don't know the players. The women's be exciting though, but Juju done went down, so who cares?
Yeah. I will say my viewership went down after Juju went down. Juju, speedy recovery. Man, just watching her go down, and then when they go down bad, it's just always tough. So yeah, I will say for sure. And then I'm always gonna ride for Dawn. But LSU's coach, that little pelican, I call her a pelican after she's always was wearing them feathers on her jackets. The other day she was wearing a jacket that looked like she was looked like a Michael Jackson jacket. It was like black with like the gold embroidery all over it. But yeah, she just I like those two. I like Dawn and I like the LSU coach because they just keep it interesting. It kind of make me miss Pat Summitt. Hey, twin.
Twin done blessed us, y'all. Look at God.
Pull up on me.
What's up, y'all?
Pull up on us. How you feeling, twin? We literally just started talking about March Madness and how we happy. Well, I'm happy.
Yeah, you happy because I'm not.
Stop. Do you watch March Madness, twin?
I usually do, and I usually do a bracket, but
Ooh,
I've been effed up the last few years, so I ain't really did it. But I kind of miss it. It's fun to participate.
listen, I love March Madness. I don't do the brackets just because I'm not good at them. I always look at Barack Obama's bracket because he played basketball, and I guess his brackets he signs off on them every year. But I love college basketball. It's the most exciting, I think, out of basketball because when I go to NBA games, I don't really know what's going on, and I really just go to drink and eat. Kind of like baseball.
Facts.
Yeah, because I think me and Twin have gone to baseball. We went to a couple baseball games, right? Yeah. And we had a blast, huh?
It's a good time, minus the baseball part.
Yeah. I feel like we watched. I feel like we didn't watch no baseball, but we had a great time when we went to the Braves game in the stadium. I mean, the ballpark there is always packed.
Always a vibe.
Yeah.
More congregating than actual baseball watching.
Yeah.
Vibe.
Yeah, and you know how they got it set up where the back of the board you can see into the stadium. I mean, into the ballpark. I kind of like that. So, shout out to March Madness and women's basketball. I think we're going into the elite. No, are we in the Final Four? I think we're in the Final Four.
Elite Eight. I think.
Well, by the time this drop,
somebody yesterday.
Yeah, by the time this drop, either the championship, it's gonna be championship. So I got Florida to win it for the men's.
Oh, shout out to my friend's sister. I was trying not to say her name. She went in Sweet 16. I ain't gonna shout out her school, but go girl.
Hey,
I think the game was on Friday. I don't know if they won yet. I need to call her.
Well, UCLA, they say they got this girl there that plays. She's a generational talent, they say. So
Is that the big white girl?
nah, she is not white. Research team, look up. I'm gonna try to look up real quick. All you got to do is put generational talent. Lauren Betts. Is she white? No, the name's Lauren. The names are Lauren. They throw me off.
She could be like a Lauren London.
Other.
She look
She's
other.
definitely a
Look
big-
other.
big-
Yeah.
okay, racially ambiguous.
You
All right.
said generationally. Is that UF?
No. UCLA, number one.
My bad.
Oh,
All I
Wikipedia
heard was
say Spanish-born American.
Okay. Yeah. They call her this generational talent. It was her, Lauren Betts, and Juju Watkins. They were kind of like, in all fairness, South Carolina's team is stacked with a bunch of 5 stars, but these girls kind of holding it down out there in the West. So I don't know if it's gonna be UCLA or South Carolina. So we'll see.
I don't
For the
like
girls.
these knotless braids she got on her Wikipedia page.
Okay. All right.
What's her name? Let me hold on.
Lauren
Please
Betts.
take a look because girl,
What's her last name? Lauren what?
Betts.
that's Betts.
Mm-mm. Oh dear.
You see?
Mm,
I don't see it.
Oh yeah, the head shot is definitely
Oh
other.
no. Who did that to her?
No, girl.
And you know what? I hate, and see, this is why, okay, this is going to be a quick little tangent, and then we're going to get back to the show. This is why I hate culture appropriation, because everything ain't for everybody, okay? If you can't get something, no, bruh. When it comes to braids, knotless, anything that is of a different culture, it's like when, I think we talked about this on the show before. It's like when Adele wore them Bantu knots. Girl. No, you know what I'm saying? And so like
The Jamaicans love that though.
no,
They
they
loved it.
listen, because it's Adele and she can do the little accent. So she can do the dialect, and okay. But when you like, it looks like in this picture, the weave looks bad. Like, look at the weave, the actual weave look bad. So that means she done had them in too long. Then it looks like they're supposed to be the hobo ones, the goddess ones with the pieces out. And it just doesn't look good. If you don't have somebody that knows how to culturally appropriate what the style is to your head, don't do it. Okay? It's like I think it most recently on the media, there's been this white girl running around wearing braids, and people you didn't see that? Well, I probably should have put it in the group chat, but this white girl was walking around with braids, and this black girl walked up to her and told her braids was ugly, and she ain't like that, the white girl. So she started chasing her down the street. So then the black girl said, "What are you doing? Why are you chasing me?" She was like, "No, because I'm finna confront you about you talking about my braids." She said, because your braids are ugly.
You're doing the Lord's work. Shout out to that lady.
So you see what I'm saying? She literally told the girl her braids was ugly, and the white girl got bad and started chasing her down the street. So then she gonna slap the phone out her hands, and then the white girl gonna call the police. So the police gonna walk up to it, and it looked like it was down here in Miami, to be honest. Which, again, as twins, right, as Twins said, in 2025, we are making white people uncomfortable as by any means necessary. Period.
Please, maybe if we start shaming them for these ugly braids, they'll stop doing it because it's not for your hair.
It's not for your hair.
Roots. That looks terrible, girl.
And then nobody, she was at the Olympics. So maybe she felt like, I'm gonna get braids for the Olympics, right? Or I don't know. It's just it ain't given. But anyways,
I don't know. To be fair, it looked like she got some egg hair.
no, it doesn't.
No, it
That
don't.
weave is
Them
trash,
wigs,
bruh.
no.
No, I'm
No.
looking at this headshot from the New York Times.
Oh
Okay,
no,
let
no,
me
no,
look.
Oh,
no. We're looking at the Wikipedia page.
I saw the Wikipedia page. That's different. I'm looking at this other thing of her natural hair. But that's me. I'm just cutting her some slack.
Send me the
That's all.
send a link. I don't see it.
Y'all, nah.
oh, he put it in here.
Doug done put this little long.
Why
Link.
you ain't send it to us?
Ain't
in the other-
nobody can't. This man here
I can't. I don't think I can
Hey.
click on it.
can't do nothing with that.
Can you send it into actual text message chat?
Bruh, what is this?
I
What is this?
tried to copy and paste. It didn't even do nothing.
Me too. That's all I was
I've done
like.
it. I've done it. I've done it.
Oh, you gotta delete the data part.
I don't know. I like her.
It's in the.
I like her
it's in the
natural
real
hair.
chat.
Oh, she'd been wearing braids. Oh,
Okay,
so
thank you.
she had braids in for the whole USA Olympics. Cause I see another picture when her braids was a little bit more fresher.
I don't know if it's giving nigga hair.
Nah, that ain't giving that. It's giving like
She
It's
just
giving
has a different
Spanish.
texture. I think it's more straight. It's giving like European.
yeah, but don't you?
Yes,
Yes.
it's like I bought some European weave one time, and it would look exactly. It was that texture.
Yeah. So, girl, how about this? Condition your hair and keep your hair. I like the middle part with the curl in the back. You look great.
Y'all gonna say
Speak-
her natural hair is
You know
is
what?
more
Because
appealing.
if she's doing the more like Afrocentric look, she got hair that kind of reminds me of Sade. Like that kind of texture. That's what it kind of looks like. That kind of texture hair.
To see that because I see her. She wearing it natural. It's pretty now. Her natural hair is pretty.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
like,
not saying she don't got nice hair. I'm just saying them plaits, wasn't it?
don't put the weave in there because the weave hair is not gonna be the same. No, I wonder if it had to be weave hair because I was about to say maybe she got maybe it
It
was
could have
like
been like that synthetic stuff.
yeah somebody
I was just thinking. I think it's the that's why synthetic hair it blends with kinky hair. It don't blend in well.
no
Yeah.
So she
it
could have
does-
gotten something like human hair.
I mean, I think it still would look bad, but
Oh, okay.
and maybe whoever did them braids was it might have been that.
nah, because the girl that do the Knotless in Atlanta, I think she charged like a band for Knotless, and she do human hair. I'm for real because I wanted to get it done, but I ain't got $1,000, not for no braids.
That's these okay. We're going on.
I
a
don't think
tangent.
I will
I
ever.
feel like I derailed the conversation, but then these I'm just gonna end it on these hairstylists are out of control. $1,000?
Yeah, over a band. Over a band. I said
what?
that ain't including the tip. The tip probably $100.
No, was the hair included? Okay, I'm done. Shout out to UCLA.
Shout out to UCLA and South Carolina. What you got? What you got? Research team. You got something to say? She got something on her chest.
Like, because I'm stuck on over $1,000, and the hair not included. So
I see.
what's the
Yeah.
service?
Atlanta is outrageous with the hair prices.
I'm telling you, it's pretty though, because you know who go to her. What's
I
that
don't
real?
care. Ain't
What's that?
enough pretty
It's
for hair
because
not
the
to be
look.
included.
It's the little housewives girl. What's the one that got the funny looking nose? Cheryl. with
I'm
an
done.
S. Shirley.
Cheryl. You talking about
Oh,
Atlanta?
Shamia.
Yeah, it's an Atlanta housewife that go get her hair done by her.
You talking about Shamia?
No, it's a different girl. Or maybe it's with a J. What's her name?
Okay, now we're doing. Okay.
Who is Shamia? I haven't watched Housewives in a while.
Is she one of the OGs? She was there with Nene them.
Oh, you talking about Who Gonna Check Me, Boo?
Maybe. Anyways,
Who? She by what was her?
Oh, she by
check that out.
Sheree.
Sheree. Hello, I knew Sheree. That's what it'd be. It'd be they get a celebrity. Once they do a celebrity head, then they finna put the price up. That's what happens. I'm telling you.
That's true.
That's like the barbers charging what they charge $100, $165 for a
100.
cut in Atlanta.
I've seen that.
Oh yeah, not my barbers, but yeah, they do.
What
Not
is
mine.
it? It's
Mine
165,
mine
right?
tried to get up there. I cleared it. I was like, oh nah. We started at $25, my brother. He started cutting celebs. That man went up to about 70, then 100. I was like, I disappeared quickly from his chair.
What's
Like
the going
vanished
rate?
in thin air type.
What's the going rate for a cut these days? Like,
It's
what's a reasonable price?
165 in Atlanta. It's
I'm saying-
165 in Atlanta.
I'm gonna say average gonna be like between 80 and 100. Average.
Average.
I found somebody good that cut me for like 40. So I'm cool.
That's
with
with
that.
your beard. That's with your beard.
Yeah, he do everything.
Yeah. Y'all ain't seen it because Atlanta is two barbers. It's one guy and it's a girl. When I used to be on social media all the time, I used to always, because I have a barber myself, so I would look at other barbers, and yeah, one of them he charged 165, and then the other one, the girl, I don't know how much she be charging, but
Yeah, 165 don't even sound like out of the norm. Like that does happen. 200 even.
No, my hairstylist pays that for a haircut. I know that it's ridiculous. I was just wondering what's reasonable, because clearly that's not reasonable.
we are in the upside down, twin, as I said at the top of the show, okay? Because like Dub said, this is why inflation, people got to really get an understanding of how inflation works. And I had a really good friend of mine break this down to me like 10 years ago. You remember when we used to be able to buy things with $1? I could buy a quarter juice.
Chip bags.
I could buy chips. I could buy a pickled egg and
whole
some
snack.
candy. A whole snack for $1.
Yeah.
Girl, yeah, you
Yeah,
eat
pickled.
that.
That sounds like a stomach ache waiting to happen.
No, it's just it's a
Girl,
pink
you
egg.
are
It's a-
asleep. That's a Miami staple. A
Staple.
pickled egg? What?
A pickled
Pickled
egg
egg, hot
You make a
sausage,
hot sausage?
and a hot sausage.
hot
Let
Cheetos.
me get a
What?
jungle pudding.
Come on, bruh.
Let me get
Does that mean that it's not detrimental to the stomach? Because
No,
It's
it's
still-
just an egg. It's a boiled egg in pickle juice.
pickle juice. It
Well, it
be
used to be about to break your leg trying to run out the house. You hear that ice cream truck coming.
What?
yeah.
Yeah.
that still sounds like my stomach would not agree. But I'm gonna take
like
my word
it's like
for it.
pickled onions or like pickled, like it's just peanuts.
Honestly,
It's a
pickled
pickle,
anything.
Egg
Pickled
and
anything.
vinegar that pickles it. That's it. Just egg and vinegar.
It's
Pickled anything
Yeah,
is
I think-
going to upset my stomach. And a boiled egg by itself,
Oh my gosh.
it's already taking me out.
Hey, we got to get you at least one bite because you sleep.
Yeah,
Bruh,
and you're not eating it. You're not eating it like how you eat regular breakfast food, or it's like in addition to like a hot sausage or
I
some
mean, I
chips.
used to eat my pickled eggs with Doritos. My hot sausages and my pickled eggs, I ate with Doritos, red Doritos.
I did the hot fries.
What you had, Doug? You said
Yeah,
the Cheetos.
That's it right there. Hot fries. Yep.
I like my hot fries. I used to eat my hot fries with Now-Laters, because then after I got done with the hot fries, I wanted some Now-Laters.
Mind you, for those out there, we had hot fries before hot Cheetos were ever.
Correct.
Correct.
We had
Correct.
hot fries.
And you know, hot fries now are 99 cents. This is what I'm talking about.
Crazy.
got me. The only thing that's still the same price since I was a jit is Arizona tea, and that's crazy.
Oh, I heard him do a thing on why he not increasing it. I said, sir, I appreciate you. Cause you're not out here like these other
Well,
companies.
the thing is, it's like, okay, if he doesn't have to increase it now, that means he was overcharging us for the last 20 years.
I don't know, because I feel like
Yes.
I think tea itself is right. Like, think about the brew itself, and I'm just speaking for myself. Anytime I've ever picked up in Arizona, it tastes the same. It's refreshing. And this is like remember the original ones. This is before they had diet and like all the other flavors, but like it was refreshing and it was like a treat because tea is kind of expensive. So I would say like I think he had a price point of
Right. Yeah.
some type of marketability because the tea is expensive. Like I'm gonna say tea leaves, all of that, like he probably grows it somewhere, is expensive. The fact that like he never changed the price for greed, that's what I think research team is saying. I feel like is real cool because it was a luxury, right? Like if you ever wanted to Arizona, they'd be like, who finna pay $1 for some tea?
I'm saying like just if it's still 99 cents. And
It's still 99 cents.
It's been that way since like the early 2000s, 90s or whatever. I'm saying he had to be charging us probably 3 times of what his expenditure was of producing it was back then. He probably just getting closer and closer to, maxing it, like not making any profit on it. But that's all I'm saying. He probably was making them for 23 cents a can or something.
Well,
back then he might be at 75 cents a can now, but because he's still making a profit, he can still afford that to his customers.
Okay, twin, chime in. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was thinking maybe he's just found a way to keep his expenses down, but also maybe he just made a very good business decision.
Yeah,
on unlocking margins in the first place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is I think that because at the time he was creating something like canned tea and it being cooled, like that's what I'm saying. Tea is a delicacy to some degree, right? So like let's say he started researching, look it up while we talking about it. When did they create Arizona tea?
But let me clarify. I agree with Dub. He probably was overcharging us. He probably just made a very good business decision, accounting for maybe the future inflation, and figured out how to keep his expenses a little bit low to keep his margin good. But he probably making them cans for 10 cents back in the day.
Yeah.
And I won't say overcharging because it was smart of him to put the 99 cent is as much of a brand as Arizona on the side of the can. Like that's something that you recognize. People gonna always come back to that. So I think he just did it presumptively. Like he just did it early as hell. Like, okay, they know it's gonna be under $1. Even this is the 90s, 2000s, whatever. Like they always gonna come back to this can. It didn't matter that he was charging more than he had to. He just like, this is gonna be part of my brand and I'm gonna stick with that.
And you didn't feel like you were being overcharged.
That's what, yes.
Giant.
That's
like,
what
yeah, this is worth 99 cents. Meanwhile,
that's what I'm saying.
16 cents.
Research team, when was it created?
It was created in 1992 in New York.
Oh wow.
He made it 99 cents because he saw how that particular market or niche, the 99 cent market, was super popular, and he was trying to like copy off of or formulate his business out from Snapple and also another beer can company. But yeah, now they like a multi-billion-dollar company, one of the top iced tea and juice brands in America with close to 200 flavors and 3 million units sold annually. So he can keep it at 99 cents.
I'm glad he didn't call that shit New York tea.
Yeah,
They ain't got
and
the same ring.
nah, and
Well, I think he done got new flavors, so he's understood like these are the people who
well,
are gonna buy it, so I'm gonna cater to them.
yeah, that's what I was saying before he got the flavors. But when you said, I forgot that was who they. That's why I remember it being expensive. Remember Snapple tea? I don't even think I've ever seen. When the last time you seen Snapple? Are they still in business?
I just
Yeah,
bought some Snapple the
They
other day
still
on
in
sale.
business. I got some.
I ain't
yeah,
know
they
they
Yeah,
still in
still.
business either.
that's what I'm saying. So, like that's perfect example. It's like somebody the other day was talking about cranberry, the ocean spray, talking about they be raping the hell out of the cranberry flavor. Because
I'm
it'd be
sure
like
they do.
cranberry, strawberry, cranberry, grape.
Cran apple bust.
That white crayon.
So I went to Trusty Dusty Reddit, and apparently, dude said he'd been having to make adjustments to the formula over the years to keep the price, but they also have higher margins in the other markets
Mhm.
outside of North America.
Mm.
Yeah, he did a whole sit down interview on why he doesn't feel like the need to change the price. It's definitely due to like he's not like a greedy person. You could tell he's not in it for the money. He really wanted to produce something that basically everyone could buy.
Yeah.
Like he's a very rare, genuine like
What's up,
business
Arizona
person.
man?
Yeah.
Yeah, he really
I
not out here trying to, he
I
does. He
think
basically is like, I made all my money. I don't need any more. So why increase? I said, okay, sir, we gonna see.
I think
Because
Twin
we
made
ain't
it.
got to control.
Yeah, Twin made a great point that if you have a good business model from the jump, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna survive. Because I was just trying to sit here and think about what else do I know that's always been the same price, hasn't really changed.
And I think for him, he did definitely have a good business model, but he also adapted well to like the change of the market. Like he didn't just say we only gonna make these 2 flavors or we only gonna do this. He saw like, some popularity in flavors and different brands and how stuff was moving. He was like, all right, let's create it. Like he was able to make the change over time. He just didn't stay the same.
That's
I
true because he
gotcha.
got other drinks too.
He got like 200 flavors. So
Yeah. Man,
got
that
to
was
grow. Cheers.
I could
yeah.
tell y'all somebody that didn't adapt though.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Go ahead. Who didn't adapt?
All these folks involved in the Signal Gate that was just put in there, didn't really have no experience of what they was doing. Talking about war plans on a unencrypted app. Y'all heard about
Well,
that?
Is that called Signalgate? It got a name now?
yeah.
Or they're
What?
using that. The app is called Signal.
So
They
yes,
were on. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know that occurred on Signal.
yeah, they was
That
on
makes
Signal.
sense. Why not?
Um,
Researching is lost.
It's just right there. WhatsApp is right there. Why?
well, I think so. Signal Gates, for the listeners, you probably heard about the group chat fiasco. SNL has already did a skit on it. It happened this week. And basically, Mike Waltz created a group chat called Houthi PC. Basically to kind of seamlessly either connect some of the most important people in the government on their plans for the Houthis. And unfortunately, this gentleman who created this group chat was not technologically savvy at all. My man's has no real understanding how to create contacts, because apparently also his Venmo contacts were visible to the public. But he he accidentally added he accidentally added journalist in the group chat, a fellow white man. And the journalist the entire time thought that he was being punked in the, not punked, but being what's the word? Hacked or just pranked. He thought that he was being pranked in the chat because at first it started out as please identify your POC, your person of contact. So you have Mark Rubio saying his person, you have the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, saying his person, and so on, so on. And then out of literally nowhere, VP Vice President Vance was in there as well. And so out of nowhere, you hear them start talking about attacking.
This is the group chat in WhatsApp or just
it's Signal.
WhatsApp,
Signal.
yeah.
It's on Signal.
Signal.
Yeah,
which is like WhatsApp.
Signal is WhatsApp, but Signal is actually highly used by the military because it is believed to be encrypted.
Yeah.
Exactly. But anybody like Dub knows every app has a backdoor. Anybody knows that. Like, if you listeners, if you don't learn nothing else today, every app has a backdoor. That means that a hacker or anyone who's very, very smart and knows how to hack can get into your app. This is why we keep telling y'all Facebook, Instagram, any app you have on your phone, you have no privacy rights. They can get in your phone and they can find out everything they need to know about you, said hackers. Anyways, so Pete Hegseth all of a sudden started talking about the attack on the Houthis. And then Vance is like, whoa, I don't think it's good because of Europe. And then another person chimes in, then another person chimes in. And you never are supposed to talk about anything government related outside of your government phone. This is what the whole Hillary Clinton emails thing was about, was that the fact that she had her work email on her server at home. This is what that's all about. It's the same thing. Because if you ever see pictures of Hillary Clinton on her BlackBerry, that was always the thing, is that she had like her emails in her BlackBerry. Mind you, one of the people that was on this group chat was actually in Russia at the time when then Pete Hegseth says mission is a go, but we can hold off on the mission. No one knows who the Houthis are. No one knows, meaning the American public, yada, yada, yada. And then someone else in the group chat says, well, as I heard it, the president said we are a go, which is also concerning. And then Pete Hegseth starts dropping all the war details. But he himself has said no one is texting war plans. Okay?
Has anyone ever used Signal? Like, is it that easy to just accidentally add somebody?
I feel like no, it can't be. But that's also just like group chat etiquette. Like,
I just want to reiterate that Mike Waltz is the current national security advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
scary.
It would be bad enough as a random person in the administration.
I think what this is just is a macrocosm. It might be a microcosm of how little these people know about what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is overly incompetent, and now they're trying to spin it like, oh no, these isn't. None of this was top secret or classified. This was just sensitive. It's war plans. You added a journalist. Y'all look crazy.
Yeah, and Dub and even research team and Twin all offer great perspectives. Where one, this is the head of national. He created the group chat, so he should obviously be fired. As research team said, is it easy to add someone? I've used Signal before. it's easy if you think about it. This show is based on a group chat, and we all have been in this group chat since COVID. How many times? Remember when they added somebody in the group chat? We didn't know who that was, and then they left one time. It was like, who was that?
That was me. We don't have to.
But I was like, but remember, you remember that?
I knew where this was going.
We wanted to kill you because we were like, who is that?
But also, I could have removed them. It's easy to remove somebody as well. Like, it's not like
you just said, how easy is it to add someone to a group chat, right? And
no. But that's because I thought that was that person's number. This person is just out here, just willy nilly.
Like who?
You added a reporter?
Were you trying to add someone else?
We don't. He doesn't. We don't know
the person's name.
Guys, this is completely different. That's a family.
Yeah, like this is
we're
not
talking about people that are past.
Oh no. No, that wasn't the point I was making. The point that I was making was that once they added this person, no one knew who that person was. That's my point. So when research team did that, we didn't even know she'd added the person, right? Because I think we were at a family event when she did it, or we had just finished a family reunion or something. So she was just, casually adding, family members because
a regular day. This wasn't even a family.
I'm trying to help you out because I don't know how you added him. No. I'm like Mike. Well, I don't know how.
The previous contact that I had for, let's say, I don't know, Graham, cousin Graham, that wasn't his contact information anymore.
So that's
I already had your information saved in my phone as Graham, but let's say you changed your number and I didn't know.
Text me the real name of the person who it was supposed to be, because I forgot.
Okay. So here's my point. This is why I'm simulating this, because this is how ridiculous they are. So obviously he thought he was adding somebody that wasn't the person he thought he was adding. So he says, how did that contact even get in his phone? So they are saying they are saying that he hacked his way into the group chat. So when research team added this family member into the group chat, none of us noticed that the person was in there. And maybe randomly one night we were all in the group chat talking, and this random person just left. And all of us immediately was like, who is that?
But it showed when I added them as well. That's why I understand. I
don't think none of us saw it. So that's what I'm saying is, let's say that all these people.
No one acknowledged that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Let's say when he added the journalist, no one saw who it was. And I say that because when they did the POC, when Mike Walsh asked, can I please get everyone's POC? This number didn't respond. So that should have been an indicator right there. Number two, when he left the group chat before the story broke, they didn't even, again, no one thought to say anything about it. When we saw that person leave our group chat, we were all like, who is that? Again,
y'all should probably just keep it to teams, whatever. No more group chat on the phone.
But just to have a group chat with those type of people is also kind of crazy as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Just to start a group chat off of that alone with the members, that's you're wow.
Yeah, should we really be discussing this?
No, we shouldn't even be talking outside of what we're supposed to be talking.
In a secure room,
exactly,
in the Pentagon.
Correct.
At the very least,
these are all dummies taking, taking, I guess, what Donald Trump does, because Donald Trump always got his phone in his hand type stuff. When you're at this level, you should have multiple levels under each person that should be in that group chat of people checking and rechecking your IT and security
Mhm.
protocols or whatever. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. That's why I said the comparison to what I did to what this is pecans and steak. It's no.
Steak. But these people
Nah,
are clearly incompetent, and they are anti checks and balances.
yes,
So
right,
Good point.
right,
Good point. Great point.
right. And
Mhm.
so to clarify for everyone, my demonstration in our own chat thing is because their whole thing now is the gaslighting. This is why I went through that simulation of what happened to us, because I, Twin, research team, and even Dub have all worked in corporate America for a pretty good number of years. And Twin said it best. These people have no accountability, no checks and balances, and they gaslight. And when they do that, they immediately try to ruin the credibility of the person who's snitching or telling on you. And that is the problem that I have. That's what's been the most triggering thing about Signalgate is I have been in so many situations where there has been a problem or a mistake or an error made that was grave. This is the equivalent to Watergate. And the fact that they are treating it as, oh, it just is a happenstance. And oh, Pete Hegseth didn't even know when he got off the plane. He was first asked about it after the White House had already confirmed that it was authentic. He immediately went after the reporter. It's just like, all you had to do was be accountable to the mistake and take a lesson learned. And that's why, like, in those corporate meetings, when we always, this is why I didn't never like reviews, like year-end reviews with corporate jobs. Because if you got a problem or you have an issue with something that I'm doing during the year, pull me aside, tell me what it is so I can be corrected and I can make sure that I move forward. But don't you pull up a list and name all the things that I may or may not have done correctly. And by the way, this has never really happened to me because I'm a pretty good worker. But I'm just saying in general, like, people always get to the year reviews and it's like, oh, you want to bring up something from March. But these people screamed and yelled and cried and kicked about Hillary Clinton in these freaking emails for years. This is why she lost the election. Like, people forget Hillary was killing Trump the whole year. And probably within a month of the election, remember when the Department of Justice was opening up an investigation on her? That's what turned the tide that had Trump win back in 2016. But see, that's the thing. We've been through COVID since then. So we've forgotten all of kind of like how scandals like this really can make or break administrations or people's careers. Like, Mike, if he hasn't already by now, should totally resign, or Marco Rubio should totally fire him. But this should be a moment that should break the Trump administration. And the fact that it hasn't is crazy.
Well, I think what's also being highlighted during this foolishness is how inadequate mediocre white men are. And like, it pisses me off. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I was at our cousin's house and her friend was there. And she was talking about how her friend said, first of all, didn't vote. So why are you even, but anyway, didn't vote. But if I did, I would have voted for Trump because he's a good businessman. Now let me just bring it back to the point that I'm making. The decisions that these people are making now is proof that if they were not born into money and or a white man, they would not be successful. None of these strategies are long term. They're very short-sighted. It's not taking into account how it's going to affect the economy. And yet people keep saying, oh, well, they're good at business, so they're going to turn the country around. They don't have basic checks and balances. They don't believe in that. They think they should just be able to unilaterally just make decisions, and long as it makes them a few bucks in the short term, then that's okay. That's not the sign of a good business person. Arizona, we just talked about that. They've been in business still making a profit for decades. So it really pisses me off when the average person is like, well, they're a good businessman, they got all this money. Girl, wake up and do research. Smell the tea, okay? They would not make anything successful if they weren't born into money. And we see it now. The policies and shit they putting in place, it's not for the benefit of anyone. And yet people still talk about, oh, they good business people. Oh. How, Sway?
I think that's the stupidest thing somebody can say is they're good business people. I understand that business is involved, but you're bringing in people that were not politicians, don't know what they're doing.
Doug, you would say, right.
So what does that even have to do with anything? Even if they were good business people, what does that have to do with running the government?
Right. That's my point. Yeah.
Right. But okay. So quickly, Doug just brought up you guys brought up two great points. And this is the one thing that the basic Americans need to start at, the average American needs to start at. And the average American is anyone that is not wealthy, anyone that does not have over $25,000 in their account, 10,000, 5,000. Okay.
Okay.
So let's keep it like y'all need to start keeping it a buck, because your influencers, Drake was broke before he had what he had and y'all didn't know. Okay. So let's keep it a buck. All right. Doug just said it. If at his job, he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, not only are potentially people's lives at danger, or twin, if you don't do the job that you're supposed to do and you don't have checks and balances in what you do, 9 times out of 10, because you're a tech person, it's going to cause a ripple effect. Same thing with research team. If she doesn't do her job and what she's supposed to do, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be a problem. But this is the problem with these white males, is that when they create a problem or they make a mistake, all they do is gaslight, or they end up resigning and then they go to become a CEO at another company, or they just do what they're doing now, is deflect to something else. And that's all Trump does, is deflect. You ask him a question about one thing, he talking about something else. How, Sway?
Oh my God, I witnessed that. I think I told y'all this before. I witnessed that firsthand at Georgia Tech, y'all. Like, mediocre white men just standing up, completely deflected from the question. Mind you, we in engineering, so how can you deflect? It's math, but completely deflected from the question, and people really looking around like, maybe no, he doesn't have a point. That had nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Child, I'm telling you, this whole Signal Gate has triggered me in a way that I didn't think was possible. That's why I was so glad I had therapy on Wednesday, because I was like, this broke, I think, early in the week. And I just said, just like at the top of this conversation, like research team said, how do you do something like this? How? But then for
super
me,
cash, like super cash too, like
right. And then you average Americans are not like, you know how many people I asked about Signal Gate and they didn't know what I was talking about? That's what even blew me the most. It's like people are so not tapped in because groceries are high.
I didn't know about Signal Gate.
No. And that's fair, right? Like I'm saying is that
it's been an overwhelming amount of like, you know what?
That's what I'm saying. I think that everybody is just so overwhelmed with everything. That's my point. Is like you have people who are just, I mean, we're literally getting hammered to the max, and something like this happens, and you should be outraged. Meanwhile, they're disappearing people. People are being disappeared. And no one seems to be upset with the fact that even with the deport, now we said this on a couple shows ago, where if there are mass deportations, I know I was the one that said it, and we could have all agreed to agree. If there are mass deportations, then we need to see, okay, said mass deportations. Now they're actually showing videos of these deportees, and why are we shaving their heads? That's very confusing to me. What is shaving their
what?
head
I
to
saw
do
that and
with
I was like,
anything?
huh?
Wait, they shaving them people's heads?
Yes.
Oh no. It's giving
It's giving concentrate.
that's what I was just gonna say, concentration camp. I was like, what did Hitler do? It's giving Hitler. Yeah.
And speaking of dictators, what's up with y'all boy DeSantis? I'm looking at you, crazy Florida. DeSantis.
Never been our boy. Never been our boy.
What are y'all doing?
DeSantis
Florida?
been DeSantising.
I was gonna say he been
Child
this way.
labor.
Yeah, she new to DeSantis foolery.
No,
This
I'm not
ain't
new
new.
to it. I just
Okay.
feel the need to call you Floridians out every time because
Yeah.
it just keeps get what?
Listen. So yeah, I'm not, because we've been stuck with him for so long, and I think this is it. I think we're on the last term for him. Yeah, this is it. So
Thank God.
yeah, I think we're at the end. But you know, the one thing I learned from Signalgate more than anything is that if this is the mindset of this administration, then we as a government and a people are going to have a very long ride.
Well, I think they represent, this is why these people are in office. They kind of represent the average American. Like when I was shout out to Flanny's. When I was at Flanny's that time and I met these random dudes from Scotland, somehow we got into a political discussion and, well, drinks, obviously. And they were just like, why? Like, what is wrong with Americans? And I told them, the average American is not smart. And really being smart, I mean informed. And it's by design. That's why I've never really had a candidate besides Obama that I was just like, yes, you are going to do some good for the country, because I never hear people talking about education reform. The average American is not smart. We don't know how stuff works. And this is how Trump is in office, because you niggas think that you are equivalent to people like Trump, and you are poor. Like, everyone in America is poor. Let's just be honest. The average American is not wealthy or even middle class.
Sorry, y'all, I gotta laugh because, girl, when you said that, I remember immediately back when I was in my nice little corporate job and I was making pretty good money. I had to argue this white woman down to her face and tell her, sweetheart, there is no middle class. Y'all like to talk about the middle class as if the middle class is the same middle class from the 60s. They don't exist. The 60s and the 70s and 80s, they don't exist anymore. The middle class is literally the wealthy and the rest of us. And this is what it's the rest
Reagan
of us.
fault. I blame Reagan. Y'all know I'll be going on my Reagan tangents. Reagan gave us the illusion of the middle class, and that was the point, to make to really make the wealth divide even broader. And now we are seeing the ramifications, and it's Elon Musk and then the rest of you.
And I want to harp on that real quick, because I will say that the biggest thing that I also noticed that Doge is doing with their waste elimination is the federal government has been frauding the American people well beyond, well before Biden, well before Obama, well before Bush, well before Clinton. And this is the problem that I have with their whole like, oh, well, they gave this to Stacey Abrams, and where did that money come from? Just like it came from all the other administrations, the federal government, y'all make these numbers out of nowhere. Okay. So when you talk about, and when I say numbers out of nowhere, an example is credit, the credit system. People believe that the credit system has always been around, when in fact, it's a scam. It literally is a scam. The credit system is a scam, people. It's a scam. Like, if you pay off all your debts right now, every debt you own, your credit score will sink about 50 points, maybe 100.
That happened to me.
If you pay off, if you don't owe somebody some money and can't show that you can make those payments on time, you literally are going to ruin. You're literally going to ruin your credit.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I let something go to collection so long that it dropped off, and then my credit went up. It's up. Scam. Okay.
Scam. So it's just these ideas that like Doge is like, oh yeah, we're cleaning up fraud and waste and yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, I get that. But if you're going to eliminate it all, you can't just be targeting, looking for, if you're going to talk about, okay, $1 billion was given here, then here, because the other day I heard somewhere where it was this initiative by the Biden administration to, I believe, give internet to everyone in their homes, something like that. And apparently it was like a couple $1 billion or $1 million. And it never even like, that's how much money they quote unquote spent on it. But it never even, like, every average American doesn't have access to the internet, like something like that. And I just want to highlight again, this is something that happens in corporations all the time. They are called KPIs, okay? And 9 times out of 10, every year, you have a set of KPIs that you are trying to reach. Twin, what is a KPI? What is a KPI for the people? Can you tell them?
This is such a triggering conversation because it's quarter close.
Key performance indicators
that we are not performing well on.
So when Musk keeps saying, oh, we're trying to cut $4 billion in waste every day by September, that means that he has a KPI in mind. And what they're going to do by the time we get to September is they're going to then evaluate said KPI. Why, research team? Because at some point, what is that measurement for them?
I don't think they're going to do all that.
Dollars.
No.
Y'all, yeah, I was gonna say they bonus off of it.
No. They have so he was talking, and this is again why we're talking about this in this way, listeners, is you guys got to really start listening to what they're really saying. Beyond all the smoke and mirrors of what Doge is talking about, I was listening to him and he said, we need to cut $4 billion in waste a day by September. Where is the number? Why September? What does that come from?
I don't trust when they start throwing numbers out. I don't trust none of that. I feel like they just making up stuff.
To me, it screams KPI, right? They have made a KPI somewhere, right? We're not privy to it, right? Like, we don't know the KPIs for Target. We don't know. All we know is that we're going to disrupt the KPI for Target because they played us, right? Like, we don't know the KPIs for Walmart or any big corporation, but the point is they're there. And just like research team said, when you get to the point of whatever that measurement is, what is all you say is what, how those meetings go, research team? How do those go when you're not meeting your KPI?
Oh, they finna, you're not gonna bonus. We gonna have to restructure. Somebody got to get cut. It's not happy conversations. People gonna be put on action plans.
And that's why I'm saying I don't feel like they're even thinking that strategically, because when you have actual KPIs, there's a strategy around it, and consequences and or benefits from you meeting or not meeting those. I
Mhm.
feel like if we get to September and they have not eliminated waste, they're just going to move the goalpost. So is that a
Oh yeah,
true
that's what
case,
my
Doc?
company does as well.
So I think no, twin, that's an excellent remark, because I believe that everything that they are setting up is to be able to. So when we talk about Social Security, they keep talking about how they're gonna, like, apparently they're gonna cut it, but they keep saying they're not gonna cut it because they keep saying that there's fraud in Social Security, right? Like, that's something that they keep saying, but what are they really gonna do? Like you just said, in September, I don't think they're gonna move the goalposts. I think they're just gonna they're gonna stop the payments. And then they're gonna stop them by saying, oh, because we need to verify if so-and-so really should be getting this check. How they're gonna do that? I don't know. Maybe they're gonna have a new workforce of, agents that are gonna come to your house to check that you're really, who you say you are. Because I know people right now that are actively frauding the federal government with Social Security checks because they do drugs, or they are incompetent and someone is taking their check from them.
That was shady. I know exactly who you were
I
talking
knew
about.
she was going.
Listen, and that's why I said I'm dead serious. If you're gonna say you're gonna really cut fraud, I will call you. Give me the number for who I need to snitch on about it, because what I don't want to happen is the other people that I know that live off of their Social Security check, that is only like our I believe our elderly cousin our elderly auntie out in Cali. I know for a fact she lives off her Social Security check. And we know she's one of the most, like, she's thriving and living her life. You cut her check. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like it needs to be a way that they need to not cut everybody off to figure out who's supposed to have it and who's not. That doesn't make any sense.
But
We'll take it all
They
away.
don't care.
But that's
they
my
don't really
point.
care who's supposed to have it. They don't want nobody to have it.
That's what I'm saying is twin is on. I'm telling you, they gonna cut everybody check, and then they gonna, like, it's gonna be kind of like COVID, where they were furlough. I was just mentioning this other day. Y'all remember when they was furloughing people during COVID? How you gonna start firing people and you didn't even know how long COVID was gonna end?
They don't.
Correct. They been adding people on the list.
Or you can just disappear yourselves from the internet. Just get off the grid. Get off the grid. So you can find us anywhere on social media. Just all you got to do is Google Call Your Cousins. I heard YouTube is a safe space. We're definitely on there streaming. We've been getting some views and we appreciate y'all. So if anything, find us at YouTube at Call Your Cousins. That's CALLYOURCOUSINS. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Dude.
Bye.